The Metro East Sports Podcast is proudly presented by Little Caesars Pizza, locally owned by lifelong 618 residents who are proud to serve our community. Home of the hot and ready pizza and 12-time world champions of value, Little Caesars makes game night, practice night, family night easy. Visit them in Alton, Glen, Carbon, Troy, Collinsville, Shiloh, or Granite City today.
Get ready for the award-winning #1 sports podcast on our side of the river. It's time for the Metro East Sports Podcast.
From the front office Well Strategies studio in beautiful, cold Edwardsville, welcome to the Metro East Sports Podcast, talking all things sports in the Metro East, season number 7, show number 4, recorded Monday, February 23rd, 2026. I am David Leip, alongside a bunch of the regulars tonight. KP, good to see you.
Good to see you, Coach.
Matt Kamp, good to see you.
Always good to be here.
Tyler Perry, thanks for coming in tonight, wrestling expert.
Thank you, sir.
Tonight's show features KP's Corner, the High School Roundup. We're going to talk boys and girls basketball, hockey, wrestling, and girls bowling tonight. Did I include it all?
I think you got it, Coach.
And then guest number 2, we're going to talk 8-man football. We've got Mark Oberhauser and his son Abe in the studio tonight from Metro East Lutheran High School. And guest number 2 from Collinsville High School, Mespy winners, Coach Rob Lugie, and he is bringing with him Mikey Suarez and Enrique Carranza. Before we get to these great sections, these guests, and the high school roundup, I want to thank partners Cassens, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, Keller Williams Marquis, the Blasting Game Group, Integrity Spine and Joint Center, Front Office, Fiduciary Network, Oakbrook Golf Club, Play It Again Sports, Edwardsville, and Dazzling Decor, and more. And I'm going to beg you for 3 things. Number 1, subscribe to this podcast. It's free, and you love it. Number 2, follow us in all of our social media platforms on X, Facebook, the Gram, and YouTube. And if you have a story idea, email me, please, at mespdave@gmail.com. And don't forget, you can nominate your favorite team for Integrity Spine and Joint Center Metro East Team of the Month. Could be a park and rec team, could be a middle school team, a high school team, you name it. To nominate a team for Team of the Month, send your suggestion to mespdave@gmail.com. Please put Team of the Month in the subject line. All right. Let's talk high school sports, but first, what's going on at Dazzling Decor and more?
Last of the moving sale, Coach. Everything is on sale all week.
Everything must go.
Everything must go before we move, so it's a good week to get in there.
Okay. All right, guys, let's talk basketball rankings. It is boys' large school basketball rankings first. And by the way, this is our, want to guess how many times we've done this for the boys this year, Camper?
I'm going to go 6.
8.
The correct answer is 7. This is the 7th time we've voted for the boys this year, or polled the boys, so to speak, and we've done the same for the girls. It's been an every other week thing. I like the way we've done this. First year for doing it.
Yeah, it's fun, and we've learned as we've gone in terms
Yes.
of adding some different teams in and how far to expand the area.
And thank you for your service on that. I
Enjoyed
appreciate you. Yep. Okay. All right. Boys large school rankings. Let's start at number 10, Mascoutah. They're down 2 spots from 8. Belleville East is at 9, and then there's a tie at 7. Granite City, previously ranked 6, and O'Fallon up 2 spots from 9 last week. Those 2 teams are tied at 7. Triad, a number 1 seed in their regional, is ranked 6th. Collinsville, 5, up 2 spots from 7. K-Hawks, peaking at the right time maybe. West, up 1 spot from 5 to 4. Alton sticks at 3. Edwardsville hangs out at 2. And the Flyers, once again, despite a loss, are ranked number 1. Comments about the large school rankings?
It's tough. I mean, no offense to Triad. Triad's had a heck of a year, and they've done a great job over there in the Valley. But the Southwestern Conference, top to bottom, it's hard on any of these teams. Belleville West gets the East Side, beats them. Collinsville nearly takes them out. There's any team can beat any team on any given night. I know that's a lot of coaches speak, but I think it holds true.
Well, when you got O'Fallon and East and Collinsville rounding out the bottom part of your conference, and those teams are capable of beating the best teams in the area on any given night. That doesn't mean that East St. Louis, Edwardsville, and Alton aren't the class of the conference. But like you said, Belleville West just took down East St. Louis, and is what it is, man.
Well, and you had Triad and Granite City had a tough end of the year. They finished on the lower end of that scale, so I think it's going to be tough. They're going to have to do some really better playing as we get into the regionals here.
You never know what's going to happen in the postseason. All right, let's talk small schools now. In the small school rankings at 16 and 14 for the second week in a row, Mater Dei is number 10. Westglen is 9, Columbia 8, Marquette 7, Central 6, Roxana 5, Calhoun 4, up 5 spots from number 9. Big jump from the Warriors. Sparta 3 for the second week in a row. Staunton is 2 again this week, and Nashville is number 1.
Calhoun had a huge win over Roxana at their place, and I think that really helped solidify that jump. And a team to really watch, I think, in the bottom half of the rankings is Marquette. That is a very big team, and I know we'll get into it later, but they go into the Roxana regional, and that's going to be a heck of a regional with those 2 teams there.
Agreed. Marquette is very dangerous right now. They've got 2 previous losses to Roxana, but they just beat Columbia by 3 about a month ago, and they're well coached, and they're good.
Yeah, and congratulations to Steve Medford, the Marquette coach, career win number 300.
Okay.
Oh, you got that the last victory, huh?
He did.
That's awesome. Well, those top 4 teams, Nashville, Staunton, Sparta, and Calhoun, I think anything could happen in that bunch.
I think Nashville is elite, Staunton is elite, and then Sparta, Calhoun, Roxana, Central, Marquette are all good. Westglen, good. Columbia, good, but moving the wrong direction right now.
I agree. And the other one that's not ranked, Althoff could make some noise in the playoffs.
KP's always got to get Althoff in there as an alum.
Sorry, I had to do that.
All right, let's get to your notes, Kevin.
Okay, we'll look at the games from last week. We talked about the Roxana-Calhoun game. Calhoun took them down 63-61. That was a good matchup. That was that number 1 and number 2 possibly right there. And then we talked about the Southwestern Conference, how tough that was. You had Belleville West taking down O'Fallon 45-42. That game went back and forth. You guys talked about the East St. Louis Collinsville game. What a matchup. I watched that game on film. It was a tremendous game. Played at Swick. It was sold out. There were 1,500 people. It was East St. Louis homecoming there because their gym had some problems. Collinsville had 2 threes late in the game to possibly tie or take the lead. So that was a barn burner. I think that's going to give Collinsville a little boost going into their playoffs. Then we talked about Granite City having a tough end of the season. Mater Dei, they went to Mater Dei. Mater Dei took them down 51-41. Belleville East traveled up to the Tigers of Edwardsville. It was a barn burner, 47-45. Roland Weller went coast to coast in 4.5 seconds for the shot at the buzzer, kind of how Illinois went down versus UCLA over the weekend. So it was exciting. And then Belleville West takes down Eastside 57-56. They made a free throw with 2 free throws late in the game with time running out to seal the victory.
Is that the upset of the year so far?
I believe so.
In the large school division?
I believe so.
I mean, we had West at one point was not in the top 5 this year. And for them to beat the number 1 team in the area, that's a big win.
They're going to be dangerous in their regional. They've got some kids that can play. Lloyd's the real deal. You have to really watch him if you're an opposing coach.
No, he can play. I think Alton's going to have their hands full coming out of there with Belleville West playing as good as they are.
All right.
Next, we're going to talk a little bit about the regionals, and they've got them broken down in subsections. I won't bore everybody with any details, but Triad, if they're regional, they've got the number 1 seed. I don't know how you feel about this, Matt, but I think that Triad regional's kind of, as you get through the top 3 or 4 seeds down in that regional, it's kind of doesn't look like it's real tough down towards the bottom.
No, and being at home, this should be Triads to win.
Absolutely. We're looking at the Mascoutah regional up in that area. You've got in that subsection, you've got East St. Louis number 1, Centralia number 2, and Mount Vernon number 3. Those 3 teams are I would consider the elite teams, or at least the top 2. So that's going to be. I think East St. Louis is going to have a tough time there.
And anytime that they get matched up with Centralia, it's always a fun one to watch because you have just the athletic skill and talent of Eastside against such a well-coached fundamental program in Centralia with Bennett in charge.
Coach Bennett, yeah, he'll definitely, he can coach. So we talked about the next regional at Edwardsville. Edwardsville is taking on Quincy, and you have Collinsville taking on Granite City. And the winner of that game could be a Collinsville-Edwardsville matchup, which will be the third time, which is not a charm. You're looking at the subsectional in 2A. You've got Nashville and Breeze Central and Columbia, the top three there. Another subsectional in the 2A, you've got Staunton, Roxana, and you guys talked about Alton Marquette. How tough is that going to be?
That's going to be a heck of a subsectional. And Staunton, we saw them play earlier this year in Edwardsville, and they're the real deal. If you haven't had a chance to see them, they are fun to watch with 4 guys that can score and a point guard that has a motor that doesn't stop.
And then you drop down to 1A. You've got
hang on one second. Where is that regional? Where is the Staunton, Alton, Marquette?
You remember where that's at, man?
Who's hosting that one?
Roxana is hosting with Marquette. I believe Staunton goes to Carlinville.
It's Carlinville. It is Carlinville.
Okay.
Yes. Yep. And lastly, I want to throw out 1A. You got Hardin. It's a number 1 seed, and they're getting a bye in the first round.
Calhoun.
Did I say Staunton?
You said Hardin.
Oh, no, Hardin, Calhoun.
Calhoun.
They say Hardin, Calhoun.
Yeah, the IHSA lists it like that, but
okay.
Remember, we went through that all
football?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Calhoun High School.
All right.
Up because they're up 5 spots over their big wins.
Yep.
In the small school rankings. Okay, you want to talk about girls?
Yeah, just a little touched girls on the regional finals last week. The Belleville West finals, you had Belleville East pitted against O'Fallon. That's always a battle. Belleville East wins 37-32. Anything on that?
Belleville East is going to be the team to watch moving forward after this season, if not this season, because they have 4 sophomores that start. They are good. If they stick together, this is going to be their conference to run the next couple of seasons.
And I think, O'Fallon would be a different-looking team had they not had some injuries.
Yeah, they had some pretty bad luck before the season even started. For what Althoff did there with what he had, he did a heck of a job again.
Agreed. Always does.
Coach Nick, he's a good coach. Look at the other 4A final. We had Alton versus Edwardsville, 49-33. Not much of a matchup there.
Edwardsville started hot, got quick, but Alton just too powerful, too strong. They're a little bit different than what we've seen in the years past with the big 3. They're a little bit smaller, but just go fast and quick. And Kevon Lacey's daughter is the real deal. Khalil is going to Wichita State.
Is she a senior? Yeah.
She is. She's headed to Wichita State.
So are we heading toward a clash of Alton and Belleville East?
Yes. And Alton took both games in the regular season, and I believe both were 1 possession. So
they both were. So yeah, that clash is coming. Let's talk a little bit about the 2A. Breeze Central handed to Mater Dei 54-25. Not much of a matchup there. You had the 2A Roxana finals. You had Alton Marquette 44, Gillespie 32. And then the Freeburg final, you had Nashville taking down Freeburg 40-28. So those games were pretty ended like we thought they would.
Pretty much held seed all the way through.
Right. And then we had the 1A final. We had Oakville 47 or Jabot 37.
And then McGivney won their regional as well.
Yes, they won up in Litchfield, so they will play up in the Verdon North Mac sectional.
Who will they play?
They play Carlinville to start, but the favorite out of that's going to be Pleasant Plains.
Okay. All right. Any other comments about basketball? Postseason starts tonight, right?
Yep.
It does. 1A's got some playing games, and so does 2A. So it should be exciting.
Those are 2 playing games.
And real quick, going back to Rowan Weller with Edwardsville and Belleville East game, what was crazy was the kid hit a half-court buzzer beater, then nearly beat the buzzer for the third quarter, but had the shot from half-court rim out.
Good call, man.
And then hits it at the end of the game.
Weller did?
Yeah, he was all over that.
How far out was the shot that he made to win the game with 4?
He went right to the hole. He took it
all the way.
He went full length of the court, laid it in off the rim.
And he's only a sophomore, right?
He's a junior.
Oh, is he? Okay. One to watch next year in the conference?
Yes, and you've really seen him this year grow as a player. A lot more confidence than what he had when the season started.
A lot of basketball in that family.
There is. It's a crazy family when it comes to.
Well, the interesting thing is he's had to be a point guard, and in Southwest Conference you have a lot of quick guards, and he's handled it very well.
How tall is he?
6'3", something like that.
Pretty big. Okay. Any other thoughts about basketball before we move on to the next sport in our comprehensive high school roundup?
I just think it's going to be an exciting March. A lot of teams that can beat each other and very unpredictable.
I think West and Marquette are the dark horses, the teams that they weren't really elite throughout the year, but they're proving that they're going to be possibly in the playoffs.
I agree.
Well, the crazy thing, if you look at, Belleville East taking a bunch on the chin, Coach, but they've lost a bunch of 1-point, 2-point games. Of their last 7 out of 8 they lost, they were like, I didn't add them up, but there was 3 or 4 1-point games that they took it on the chin. So watch out, because Belleville East plays Belleville West first round.
I want to thank partner Cassens Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, the #1 place to purchase a vehicle in the Metro East. If you're in the market for a new or a pre-owned car, check out Cassens inventory in person where they've been for 30 years or online at Cassens.com. Cassens has earned the highest ratings for customer service. Their expert staff is committed to making your car buying experience enjoyable, including convenient on-site financing. I've purchased 5 vehicles there, including that Jeep Gladiator out there, and I will not purchase a vehicle anyplace else. With over 90 years of experience in the Metro East, Cassens is the clear-cut leader for quality, service, and customer satisfaction. Go see Steve, Cliff, Holly, Greg, Bob, Mike, or Evan today. Let's talk a little hockey, Camper. EHS beats Belleville 2-0, 2 games to nothing, 3-2 in the very last game. Edwardsville doesn't lose a game in the playoffs, and that's the season.
Yep, three-peat for the Tigers, their 15th program championship for the MVCHA as well. And they were dominant in the playoffs. Swept Granite City in the first round, which was the semifinals for them since they had a bye. And then, like you said, beat Belleville twice. And it's a Belleville team that had gotten them twice during the regular season.
Right.
So to come back and get that win is huge. In game 2, they were up 3-1 going into the third period. Belleville was able to score, but Evan Stark in goal was just amazing for the Tigers. First year starting, the 2 games he stops 53 of the 56 shots he faced. Just a difference maker in that.
So 2 1-goal victories for the Tigers in the final against Belleville.
3-1 in game 1.
Okay, but I thought they scored late.
3 in the game 2 they scored late.
Okay, sorry.
Game 1 was 3-1.
Okay, all right. So a 2-goal win and a 1-goal win. And this year it was Edwardsville versus Belleville. Last year it was Edwardsville versus O'Fallon. And the year before that it was Edwardsville versus Granite City. So
O'Fallon, actually.
Was it last 2 years in a row, O'Fallon?
Yep.
And then before that I think it was Granite City.
Yeah, Granite City was during the COVID year where Edwardsville came back and played before between their mid-state states. And that was a heck of a series back
and
then.
they've got another series.
The 1A series.
They call it the 1A series. So they've got 13 teams in varsity, and rather than organize those teams into one playoffs, they divide it in half?
Yes.
Okay.
And they wait till the end, and then you see where, depending on where you are in your standings, is where you'll go for the playoffs.
So it's not. They don't call it a B flight. They call it a 1A.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter where – okay.
I have to ask, how many seats does the RP Lumber Center have in it?
How many seats?
Yes.
I don't know, but it was packed.
The Edwardsville High School parking lot, I came out of we just got back from a game, and I was going to try to get in to see
me too.
And they were parked in the back of school, around the corner, in the side of school. They were parked everywhere.
There was a band concert that night too, though.
Oh, was there?
I'll say that. But
I didn't know that. Okay.
The parking lot at the RP Center was filled because I'm like you. I drove through it and was considering trying to go, but by the time I got there and would have had a chance to park, it would have been over. So I wound up not going.
So I walked in late because I'd covered the Father McGivney Girls Regional Championship. And when I got there about 10 minutes ago in the third period, I mean, there were people 2 to 3 deep along the glass in some of the places, and it wrapped all the way around.
Wow.
So
You think there was 2,000 people there?
I wouldn't be surprised. It was by far the most people I have seen at a hockey game at RP Lumber Center.
All right, well, congratulations to Belleville for reaching the final. That's the first time for them, and congratulations to the Tigers for winning another championship. Coach Walker, we'll have him on very soon. Okay, girls bowling. Last week, we mentioned that Columbia, Freeburg, Mascoutah, and O'Fallon all qualified for state in girls bowling. Here's how it wound up. Mascoutah, 12th, Freeburg, 8th, and the top finisher in the Metro East was none other than O'Fallon Township High School.
Wow.
So congratulations to the Panthers. They've been strong the last several years. We'll have to get Coach Imes. Do I have that right? I believe so. We're going to have the Panthers coach back on the show very soon. Great guy. All right. For the individuals in girls bowling, Kellen Stephens finished top 20. She finished 19th from Collinsville, but the top finisher was Athena Martin, also from O'Fallon High School. So shout out to Athena and Kellen and all the girls who qualified for state. That include also Jillian Dwiggins from Alton, Reese Rent from Central, and Grace Hayes from Highland High School. All right. You ready for some wrestling, Tyler Perry?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you didn't get up to the wrestling tournament, though, did you?
I actually did make it up for the medal round, but Tyler was there for more than me.
Okay. What do you got for us, Tyler?
So, the Metro East area, they bring back 20 medals from this past state tournament. Roxana and Civic Memorial both brought back 3, and then Edwardsville and Althoff both brought back 4. As for the state champs from Metro, in 1A, at 165, Pierre Walton of Althoff won 12-2 in the finals, becomes a 2-time state champ, and set Althoff single-season tech fall record. At 215,
Dominant for Pierre Walton. 12-2 in the final.
Yes, sir.
Just no contest for this kid all year long, right?
Never a doubt.
Okay, keep going.
At 215, Dane Olmstead of Freeburg escapes with 3 seconds left in the match to win 11-10. And then in 3A at 285, Belleville East is Jonathan Rulo, number 11 in the country, wins 14-4 in the finals against
Juice.
Yeah.
Against another nationally ranked kid, number 24 in the country.
And that's probably the last wrestling match of his life because he's committed to Cincinnati
on the football side.
Yep. Well, good for him. Congratulations to all 3 of those kids. So 3 state champions from the area, Althoff, East, and Freeburg.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So all St. Clair / Monroe County. Nobody from Madison County or the northern counties won state. That's what I noticed. All right, keep going.
Correct. As for the other placers, finalists were at 2A 150, Knox Verbaeus of Civic Memorial, and at 2A 157, Brock Ross from Mascoutah.
And I saw Scott Battis's post, and he called Brock Ross one of the greatest wrestlers in the history of Mascoutah High School. So good for him.
Head off.
Yeah.
In third place at 3A 106 was Michael McNamara of Edwardsville.
Sophomore, right?
Yes, sir. In 1A at 132 is Dawson Hawthorne at Althoff. 1A 144, Brandon Green. 1A 1 of Roxana. 1A 175, Lyndon Thies of Roxana. And at 3A 215, Roman Janik of Edwardsville. And they all got third.
Okay. And you were talking about Roman earlier.
Janik and all the other third-place wrestlers, I think it's amazing to see for them to be able to come back after. I know Janik for sure had the tough semifinal match. He loses 3-2 in an ultimate tiebreak when the kid gets an escape. And with it going to ultimate tiebreak, it's basically what comes down to a coin flip of who's going to be on the bottom and who's on the top. Roman's on top and having to hold out for 30 seconds, and the kid gets an escape.
So it's better to be on the bottom in his case?
Depending on your strength. And both kids are just as strong as each other to where whoever's going to be on the bottom of that match is probably going to win.
Okay. Wow.
So, yeah, those are tough. But then for just the mentality to have to be able to come back the next day to get third, it's quite the accomplishment.
In fourth place, your fourth place medalist at 1A 113 was Jacoby Cobbs of Althoff. At 1A 157 was Landon Weidler of Althoff. At 2A 165 was James Wojciechowicz at Civic.
It's pretty good. Wojciechowicz.
There
you go. Remember his cousin Josie played tennis. So I learned how to say that.
I like it.
At Highland. Anyway, keep going.
From Civic Memorial. And 2A 175 was Jordan Sonnen Hale of Mascoutah, getting fourth place as well.
Sonnen Hale? You got Honan Sale here.
Sonnen Hale.
All right.
It's wrong in the notes.
I'll take your word for it. All right. 5th place medalists.
At 2A 138 was Avery Jamie of Civic Memorial. 1A 150 was Logan Riggs of Roxana. 1A 190 was Daniel Jackson of Redbud. And 3A 285 was Braylon Hill Lomax of Edwardsville.
All right. And then moving on to another kid in my 3rd hour class, 6th place.
At 3A 144 was Ryan Ritchie. And at 2A 190 was Evan Francis of Marion.
Very good. All right. Any big surprises in those results for you, Tyler Perry?
I think a lot of it went pretty much to the book. They all wrestled really well. I thought Braylon at a heavyweight, it's his first year starting for the high school, and he had a really good year, and wrapping it up, placing 5th at the state tournament is just really impressive, and he has another year still.
Yeah, the kid had 40 wins this year, led the team, and like you said, first-year starter, and watching him up at state with knowing who's graduated ahead of him now, it's going to be a kid to watch next year.
I feel like he shouldn't have to go by heavyweight. I feel like he should be like big boned or something like that. I say that every year. I mean, it's just not very nice.
Well, especially when it goes up to 285, and there's no way Braylon's 285.
There you have it. All right. Well, what's next for wrestling? We still have team dual state starting Thursday night. Edwardsville at Montini, correct?
Yes,
and
sir.
you say, without throwing the Tigers under the bus, you say it's going to be a tough one for them, but you also said it was going to be tough for them to be Lincoln Way East?
West.
So,
But I did say they would win.
You did. So you think this one, Edwardsville, is strong underdog?
There's always a path. Preto always has those guys ready.
What's he going to tell them?
Cross the line, and get to your attacks.
What are your thoughts on this one, Edwardsville versus Montini? And Althoff also. Althoff wrestles
number 4 Dixon.
Okay. So thoughts on either one of these two?
Oh, I talked to Eric Preto today for Edwardsville, talking about Montini, and like he said, it's a great team, but no matter what the past is, it all comes down to Friday or Thursday, whichever day, and whichever team crosses the line. And as the old coach John Wagner liked to say, go Tiger style. So.
All right, guys. Well, everybody tune in every week for a complete, comprehensive high school wrap-up. It's been fun talking to you guys tonight about girls and boys basketball, wrestling, bowling, and ice hockey, guys. So, Camper, thanks for coming by.
Appreciate it.
Tyler Perry.
Thank you.
All right. Stick around. We've got guests coming up next. We've got the Oberhausers coming from Metro East Lutheran High School to talk about 8-man football and then K-Hawk soccer after that.